This is how it started. A couple of seats on fire around section 333 at Empower Field. Witnesses say it only took a few minutes for that fire to spread and send up that huge cloud of black smoke above the stadium. And this is a look at how it's going now. Most of Empower Field is okay, but there is quite a bit of damage in that part of the club section at the stadium.
Well, our cameras caught the scene a little bit before 2:30 this afternoon. You can see that smoke rising from the stands. So different from the scenes we normally see, of course, at Empower Field. More than 70 Denver firefighters rushed there. They were able to get that fire under control. From outside the stadium, well, you have to wonder what was going through the minds of many drivers on I-25 when they saw the smoke billowing out of the stadium. And even people downtown were sending up the pictures as the smoke continued to get worse. Well, Denver Fire was right there. They give us a look at what they faced once they got up to that section. Construction was underway in that area when the fire started, and some of the flames reached right up to the Ring of Fame, all the way down to the tunnels leading to the concourse. Sky 9 got to the scene just as the fire was nearly out. You can see the crews still working on some of the hot spots with the hoses. They had to pull all the way out into the stands. Several rows left behind a melted mess after today, and if you look above, well, you can see some of the legends. Some of the Broncos' names from the past will also need to be replaced. Dan Reeves, Jason Elam, Champ Bailey, and some others had their names on the Ring of Fame singed during today's fire.
9 News reporter Luis De Leon is outside the stadium live for us. And Luis, we're learning more on what could have started all this.
Alex, Tom, our Broncos insider Mike Kliss is reporting that according to a source, the Broncos were having enhancements done to the East Club Lounge seating area when it appeared some metal work may have sparked. It's important to note we are still waiting on more information from Denver Fire. Speaking of which, those fire officials say that the fire itself was in both the suite area of the 4th level in the stadium. Also, a section of the seats on the 3rd level caught fire there too. Denver Fire says the big billowing dark smoke that you could see from pretty far away was in part a result of the type of plastic that the seats were made of, saying the material could produce a lot of black smoke. The sprinkler system was working, but it was not enough to get out in front of the fire and control it.
But our concern would be that there are people that are inside of a structure like Mile High Stadium while a significant fire is going on. So the personnel here did their due diligence in ensuring that everybody was evacuated.
Now, as you heard there, even though it is the off season, there is an extra concern that things are still going on inside of the stadium. A lot of people work inside of the stadium. There's also events that happen inside. For example, a spokesperson with the Apartments Association of Denver Metro confirmed to me this afternoon that they had some people with the association inside of the stadium at the time for a trade show that went on this afternoon, but they did not see the fire and they were evacuated quickly. Everyone is okay, but Alex, Tom, it does give a glimpse into really what happens here and that there's still a lot going on during the offseason.
Yeah, maybe that's where Rich Carlos, the old Broncos place kicker, was headed. He texted me about 2:30 with pictures of the stadium. He goes, I was supposed to go to a meeting here.
Oh, no.
And he didn't go in. Didn't go in with that going on there. Thank you, Luis. Of course, longtime Bronco fans might remember that the original Mile High Stadium also caught on fire. Take a look at what happened back in 2002. Now, the stadium is no longer in use. It was being demolished. And in that case, a welding accident started the fire. A witness said he heard what happened from that worker and called for help. That witness said dispatchers at first didn't believe him, that the stadium was on fire. In that case, about 4 dozen firefighters responded and got it out in about 30 minutes. It also burned the club level, which still had some furniture and carpeting. The good thing back then was that the fire didn't reach over to Invesco Field next door. Of course, there's still a lot to figure out about the fire today at Empower Field. So coming up, we'll have any late developments that we learn. And Rod is going to check in with the Broncos insider Mike Kliss to find out what he's hearing from the team about today's incident at the stadium.